GIS is basically a software where we can compile different data, we can manipulate the data as the way we want, and we can produce the reports or the maps or some charts or something which is geospatially connected. They have a latitude and longitude. Now let us get into the aspects of this practical demonstration. So while doing this demonstration, what I am expecting at the end of this demonstration, I will be preparing a small map, and I'll go through the process how this map is creating. And at the end of the demonstration, I don't expect that all of you will become expert in QGIS, but because unless and until you practice it yourself, it may not be possible to do these things in that sequence. But the conceptual clarity, the philosophy behind doing these things will be clear, and you will have a confidence that okay, this is not that much complicated thing, anybody can do this, everything is available. You just need to know how to get the data and how to manipulate or use that data in the software. So basically it is a simple game of using the software. That confidence you will have, that is what my expectation at the end of this session. So first what I'll do, I'll go to the very basic. So I'll go to downloading the QGIS application, introduce you in the interface of the QGIS application. Then I will take you to the different sources where from you can get the data free of course. There is no charges applied. There is nothing to be paid. We just need to go to the site and download. So we'll go for some shapefiles, which is the format that the QGIS or any GIS application platform can use. And then we'll download some digital elevation models. That the same as the contour, we will have the digital elevation model of our Orissa region. We'll download that, and then we'll go to the geological map of the region, and then we'll go to the river, basin and drainage. Okay, basin, margin and the drainage map. So this many details I will download, and I will show where from this data can be downloaded, and then I will open it in the QGIS platform, and then I will do some of this aspects. You have to keep these points in mind. If you want, you can write this down, the points. We are going to apply the mosaic. Mosaic is simply compiling the images and clipping, and the raster and vector, that is clipping the area what we are interested and removing the other part. And then we'll be plotting number of points in that area and see whether that points are falling in that region. And then finally we'll go to the map layout and printing that map into a PDF or a JPG file. So this is the basic simple exercise we are going to do today. So I'll straightforward go to the GIS platform. So I'm going to go to the QGIS, just type QGIS in the browser. So this is the interface where you will get to the QGIS platform. It is free of cost, you don't have to pay anything, just you have to go to the site and download. So if you see the things, there are number of things which will be very useful for you. There are all steps are explained. There are many study materials, blogs, everything is available. You can explore that. I'm straight away going to the download button. There is the first thing. When you go to this, you will always see two versions which are downloadable. The first version which is saying here, there is a long-term version of Windows and the latest version. So if you see, look at the number, the long-term version which is mentioning that it is as of today available is 3.34 and the latest version is 3.4. What is the difference? That the latest version means this is the community. The QGIS is developed by a community. There are multiple developers across the globe. They are contributing the raw data, the backend data is available to them. So they keep on updating the thing. And whenever they updating the thing, they will be uploading it into the software backend. And if you go for the latest version, what you are going to get, it is the maximum tools as of today available. Okay, but you have to keep in mind they are not all tested for all the processes, and there are always chances of getting some bug in it. That means when you use that tool, some of the tools, you may get into trouble. So what I usually prefer, I go for this long-term version. Long-term version is what? They are the version, they are tested for most of the tools. It may not have all the tools available in the latest version, but all the tools available in the version are tested to an extent. Still, sometimes it creates trouble, otherwise it works everything perfectly. And that is the most suitable version for me. So I'll go for the long-term version of Windows, that is 3.34. Just click on this. It will start the downloading immediately. Okay, so it is going to start the downloading button, and you download this. See the download button, there is the highlighted one. So this is the file. This is around 1 GB file. So if I just need to double click on it, and it will keep on asking me for the other processes. So I'll have to click on next, and then it will complete the installation setup. So now this is the interface. Now when you open this, these are all the toolbars, and there are some quick menu available on the left hand side, and the right hand side what we see is basically the all the tools, all the processes what we can done. And here we see the recent projects, and when you open the interface, first thing what you get is something like this. We'll see the recent project, and there is an option for the project template, new empty template. And if you see here in the top, it is shown here, this is an untitled project because I haven't saved this project yet. I just opened the software. Okay, and now what I need to do, I need to start a new project. Project is what we can open a project, and that is the total file. So it will be creating a folder, and here on the right bottom corner the projection is written. It is EPSG4326, that is WGS 84 projection. If you click on that, it will show me my project is on WGS 84 4326 projection. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm clicking on this new project. So it opened a new blank document. So nothing is there because I did not open anything into this project as of now. So when you open a new project, this is again untitled project. So you have to go to the project, then you have to save button, and then I'm going to some folder, save. So now the project is saved, but I don't have any data in this project at this moment. So I have to bring the data to the project. For that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to see what are the sources of data available. Okay, before doing that, what I can do is that I can just show you that the base maps available in this region. So for that, what I can do, there is an option called web. Okay, there is an option called quick map services. And if you are installing the software for the first time, you may not see this option here. If you want to see that option here, you have to go to, that is a additional plugin or additional, that all the additional tools we can add to the software. So you go to the plugin and manage plugins. It will show you that this is already installed. And if you want to install some other plugins, there are many at this moment. So if I click on this, I can see these are all the plugins I have already installed in this software. And if you want to install a new plugin, I can search from here. You know what plugin is for and what purpose, but don't worry. As of now, we need this map, quick map services. So I'll just go to the manage plugin and just search here. Then instead of the uninstalled plugin places, it will be an installed plugin menu. So just click on that, then it will come, and then you will be able to see that menu in the web browser. So now, as I have already installed that plugin, it is already there. So go to the web services, and I'll take the Google map only. Okay, because you are all happy with the Google. Now this is the Google map. Now when I opened the Google at this point, I don't know whether you noticed it or not. It is not the actual size, but projection got changed. So this is the projection which is coming here now. Okay, so it got changed. So I have to get it back to the projection. Then you see how the things got changed. So the size of the things got changed totally. Okay, because I am working in Indian subcontinent, I prefer to have this projection. So this is the first thing what you have to do. Now this is the map I am using here, and I need to see that what are the layers I am opening here. For that, I need to go to this view menu, and there is an option for panel, and in that panel, if I activate this menu, that is the layer menu, so I can see that the Google map is now opened. So if I uncheck this, the Google map will go from here. Now let us get some data, because now we need to find out the data for our use. First one, let us get the India shapefile. For that, I'll just open the internet, and I'm going to search in Google shapefile India with Kashmir. Okay, because I know this is one site where I can get the shapefile, and then there is an option to click here to download the shapefile. So if I click on this data, it will download the shapefile, and it will go here and it'll save here. So India shapefile with Kashmir. I have already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again. And this was the file just downloaded. And if you open it, this is having all these different files. Never ever delete any of this file, because once you are only one file will be having SHP extension, but all other files are connected to this. So you don't do anything with this. It is just to show you that whenever you create anything on the GIS platform, it will be creating many other files along with it. That is the reason whenever you open the actual folder, for example, right now we have saved this file here, Paleo School, and this is the test3 folder. You see that after I finish this editing and working on this platform, there will be hundreds of files creating here. Now I have this file already in this QGIS and the data folder. Okay, so we haven't done anything yet. What I have done, we opened the platform, the website, the software, and we have seen whether is the part of the thing. This side is totally the toolbars. This side we have some quick toolbars, and here this we brought here to see the layers. What are the layers? Now I need to bring the data into this system. So if I need to bring the data, I can click on this and get the data, open data sources and the manager. But the easiest way, what we prefer usually, to have all this data in one place and just drag and drop. So for doing that, what I prefer to do is I go to the panel and there is an option called browser. So if I open this browser option, and I will keep these two things with us now. One is the browser, and then one is the layers. So these two things I am keeping it here. Okay, so two things, where does it come from? View and panel. Okay, layers and the browser. Two things I just opened, and the rest of the things I'm not worrying right now. And this is the map what I see right now, the global map. And I know that the map I have saving here. Whereas the map, if you see the data, which is the location that is in the D drive, QGIS and data. So that is the folder. So I have to go to that folder. For that, go to D. There is QGIS. There is data. And there is India shapefile with okay. So now you see here, when I open this, if you remember, when I opened that folder in the browser, it was showing many files there. But when I open it here, it is not showing me anything. It is only showing me two files. One is India DS, that represents districts, and another one is India ST, that represents state. So what I am going to do is, I am going to take this file and drag it here. Then it exactly comes into the comes over the Indian subcontinent map, and the projection is also same. That's the reason. Now if you are wondering what is this other one, state map, for that let me just drop that also. See, these are the states now. Okay, and both of them are seen on the left hand side. This is state. If I remove the state, I will see the district, and the Google Earth is on the lower part. So now if I want to see Google Earth, Google Map, I can just drag and keep it on the top. So I will see that. If I uncheck, I will see the next layer. So what exactly it is doing? It is arranging one over above. Okay, now I want to see both the things. I am not able to see it right now because my Indian state map is filled with some color. So if I get rid of this color, or keep only the outline, then I will be able to see the entire region. Okay, entire map, the map below that also. What I need to do, I need to just double click on this. It will open the property, layer property, where there is an option called symbology. And if you go to the fill, there is a symbol fill tool, is symbol layer type. I will change it into outline, simple. There are many options, you explore it when you practice, but right now I'm taking it is outline. Then I apply. Okay, and the color of the line, let me make it into a white color and apply. You can see it is changing behind. Okay, so I got all the maps here. Okay, now I don't want this state map, so I can get rid of. Okay, so what I was doing, I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't need this layer here because the states I'm not working at this moment. We are going to the Orissa in a small district, so I'm just getting rid of this. So right click and then I'm remove layer. So that remove layer has gone. I haven't saved anything, that layer has gone. Now I'm taking this layer and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just filling the symbol line and I'm keeping it as a white line, then apply. Okay, and I'll keep it down. So this is the districts. Okay, so this is the districts of all districts of India. This is so boring, the hybrid. I don't want it right now. I'm just removing it, and then the white line is not showing. So symbol line, instead of white, let me take the black color. Okay, fine. That is the one data shapefile we got. Okay, and this file is called the vector file. So you keep on zooming in, nothing will happen. It will keep on, you will be keeping going into it. Okay, because these are all vector files. Vector files are drawn with latitude and XY coordinates, and it will never pixelize. Okay, so that file is done. Now let us go to the second data. I'm going to download digital elevation model now. Okay, so for downloading the digital elevation model, what we need to do, you have to go to the website, that is USGS Earth Explorer. For downloading the shapefile, what I did, I just searched in Google that the India with Kashmir, and I got some random. It was not because that's just for clipping some of the area. I got that map. There are many other sources you can find out, but I have that resources already, so I use that. And USGS Earth Explorer is a standard place for downloading all the geospatial and the remote sensing data. So how to go to the USGS, this is USA Geological Survey, US Geological Survey, and you have to go to this, and there you need to do register, because I am already registered into this. I don't have to do the registration again. But if you are not registered, then it will ask you to register before downloading. So the registration process is simple, as the same way whatever online registrations you do. You have to give your details, and you have to give your the purpose why you are downloading this data. And this is a great resource. This place, if you are starting to work with the GIS platforms, this place is the great place for you to get all the data. So here you will find everything, but at the point when you download, it will ask you to register. Because I am registered in, you must have seen that my name was coming here. But if you are not registered, if you click on the login, and then you have to give a new registration here, because you are not a registered user, then you have to go for the create new account. So if you click on create new account, you have to give a username, password, confirm password, and give some there are some basic questions it will ask. Why do you want to download the data? What is the purpose? What is your category? So the all basic details you fill up, and you activate your account. It will send a activation email to your ID. You click on that, then your account will be activated. Because I have already registered and I am logged into this system, it is showing me Prabinas, that is my username. And what data I'm going to download from this? I'm going to download the digital elevation model. So first of all, let me go to the area where do I want to download the data. So there are multiple options to download the data from here, because if you have a shapefile, like the way what you have done in the India shapefile, if you have a shapefile, you can import that. There is an option for KML and shapefile upload. These things are KML is the Google Earth file, and shapefile is the same file what you are using. But only thing, there are some restrictions on the number of nodes or the joins in that shapefile. It won't take a big shapefile, so we have to have a minimum number. I don't remember exactly what it is. And if you are uploading the Indian shapefile into this, it won't take. It will say that the number of nodes are very high, so it won't be. But what I usually prefer, because it is not exactly the region I want, so what I usually prefer is I just simply click on this. So this is actually got a wrong point here, so I need to get rid of that, both the points, because I'm working on Orissa. So let us take the Orissa. So I just need to click here, left click. I'm keeping the Orissa boundary of Orissa. So I'm downloading data for Orissa. That is why I just told the system, and you must have noticed when I click on each point, it is actually keeping the point here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points I have added. So all that 7 points, 8 points I added, 8 points are here. Okay, so that I defined the area for my data, and now I need to tell them that, okay, what data I want. So this is the search criteria, define the area. Then I need to go to the data set. So when I click on the data set, these are all different data sets available in this region, in this database. So if you remember, I was talking about the Landsat. Landsat is also here, but we are not going to Landsat at this moment. We are going to the digital elevation data. So digital elevation data, there are a number of digital elevation data, and this data all may not be available for Indian subcontinent, because these are all the database by different agencies or maybe by NASA. And that is may not be, I never checked that, but if you want, you can just explore. But what we are interested, that is the SRTM, Shuttle Radar Topographic Mission. That was a US NASA mission. They have scanned the entire globe using the radar, and they have prepared the map. So that is a 90-meter resolution. That means each 90 meter, they have one elevation data on that. So if I click on that, there is a number of options you can see. What I usually prefer, this is SRTM void field. And now click on result. Simple process. There is nothing to worry about. So if you see here, we can see there are 31 tiles. 31 tiles are here, which is covering the entire Orissa. So if you need to do work with entire Orissa, so you have to download this 34 tiles. So one thing we have to check where these parts are. So you can just the footprint, click on the footprint, so it will show. Okay, so this is the tile, and now if you click on this, then it will show that's other tile, and if you click on this, it will show me again that figure of that. Okay, so likewise I can see which are the area which is covering. So if I click on each one of this, you can see that how many tiles which are covering the Orissa. So at this point, if I need to do it for entire Orissa, then it will be 31 tiles I need to download. But I'm not going to download all the tiles. I'm going to download only 1 or 2 just for a practice. So just click on the download button, and then it will ask for which file you want. So if I want, I will go for the GeoTIFF format. This is the format, that is 2.76 MB. Just click on download, and that will download the data. So this is going to save this SRTM data here. This is the data folder. If you go to the SRTM file, so I have already downloaded 2 tiles, tile 1 and tile 2, and it will have some XML files along with it. Now what I need to do, I need to open that digital elevation data here. That was looking like an image, right? It was looking like simple an image. Now you see, when I click on this folder, this is the browser button. I know that this is the D drive. It's a data. Go to the data, and there is SRTM. That was the folder, and there are 2 files. When I open the folder through Explorer, we got 4 files, but here you see only 2 files. I'll just drag it here. It exactly going into Orissa, and if you click and drag it here, that exactly going beside the previous one. See, all the things have now perfectly aligned. It looks black and white. Don't worry, we can give different colors. How to give color? I need to click on this, and then go to the symbology, and then go to the single band gray color to single band pseudo color. It will ask you for which colors, discrete, and which color combinations. Select some randomly from here, spectral, classify. Okay, so that now become colorful. But you see, it is not applying to both the tiles together. It is only applying to one tile because we only applied it to one tile. Now I need to do the same thing for the second tile. Go to single pseudo color, discrete, but I don't remember what I was given earlier. Then just to classify, then apply. Okay, fine. That okay, but the colors are not very matching. Huh? It's not correct. So here is the one process we need to do, because if you have 36 tiles downloaded and opened in this platform, and if you are going to give these colors to each one of it manually, it is going to be a lot of work for you. So what we need to do, I need to ask the software to combine this, and this compilation process is called the mosaicing. And mosaicing is the tool used in the ArcGIS. Here this uses a different term. I'll come to that. So mosaicing is what? Because this is pixels, right? If you zoom in, see, this is pixel, this is another pixel. This white will have one value and this will have another value. So this is the pixel I was talking about. So if you go on zooming it, then you will be getting this pixelized thing. See, this is the pixel you are able to see. But if you are zoom out, then you won't be able to see the pixels. So these are the raster image, whereas the India map was a vector image. Now we are going to do a process, small process. What is the process? I'm going to go to the raster. There is an option called raster because we are playing with raster. There is an option called miscellaneous, and there is an option called merge. Merge will do what? Merge will combine both the tiles together and produce one single tile. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for this action, merge. If we go for the input layers, because I have two layers opened it, so I'll click on this. It is giving me all the layers which I can combine. I'm interested on combining two SRTM. Select and then just run. It will run the command and it will create one single image. Now you see, this is the two different images, okay, and this is the two different images, and this is the one single image. Now these two images, what it was used to produce this one image, I can get rid of this, because keeping our layer place neat and clean with properly marked and renamed is a talent that organization and organizing is user defined. As a user, you have to have your own strategies to rename the files and understand that what kind of files it is, and then you have to keep it as good as possible so that you know which file needs to get in and which file need to remove. So now if this file, if I double click on this and if I go for the changing the color, pseudo color, and if I go for the discrete, and if I select a color palette from here, randomly some contrasting, and then classify, apply, see, it was applied uniformly to both the tiles. So now as somebody was asking now that if I don't want to work on this whole region, I want to come down to a small region, okay, then what will I do? For example, if I don't want to work on this entire India map, rather I'm going to select a small region in this map. See this boundary what you see here, I'm going to select that boundary. Okay, so for selecting that boundary, I need to go to the select button, select feature by arranging, and then I click on this feature. It is selected. You can see the change of color. It is selected as a feature. That feature has been selected. Now what I am going to, because while this feature is selected, if I right click on this and there is an option to export, there is an option to save selected feature as, because I'm extracting that one small area because I don't want the entire India. I'm not working in the entire India. I'm only going to work on this small district, Sambalpur district. That is the Sambalpur district. So select selected feature as, I need to give a name, Sambalpur, and Sambalpur has selected. Okay. So see that Sambalpur has now detached from this India. So this was India. Now Sambalpur has taken out separately. So now I don't want India also. So remove the Indian layer. So I'm only having 2 layers here now. One is my Sambalpur district and another one is my merged SRTM image. These are the 2 things I'm having here. Fine. Okay, done. Now this is what somebody was asking, and if you want to work on a smaller region, that is like Sambalpur, so what I can do now, I don't need the area which is beyond the Sambalpur district, so I need to get rid of that part. So that portion or that process, we call it as clipping. What is the process of clipping? Removing the area based on a shapefile. Okay, so that can be on any different processes, but right now I'm doing is what? So now this is the area what you are working. I need to clip. Clipping is the process. Note down the term clip. So clipping is, we need to clip the SRTM image based on this outline. Okay, for that, go to SRTM, and there is an option called extraction. So there are multiple options, but we are going for the option what is called clip raster by mask layer. Mask layer is what? That Sambalpur shapefile, that boundary. Raster is what? The SRTM. So I'm just clicking on clip raster by mask file. So it's asking which input layer. So there are 2. One is the Google, one is the merged, and mask layer there is only one, so it's automatically selected. And then if you go down, there is an option specified no data value output band. Assign a specified no data value. So if there is no data, then you need to assign some value. Even though it is given optional, it sometimes doesn't work if you don't give a value. So I'm giving the highest for my lowest 4-digit number. So there is an option clipped to temporary file, but we don't want to be a temporary file. I want this to be saved as a permanent file, because when we merged it, we did not save that file. That is yet not saved. That is only in the project. It was not saved as a separate file anywhere. But this file, after merging, I want to save it. So what I will do, I will select a location, save it to a file. And I was working in the QGIS. Here I was working in the Paleo School project. So I will give the name Sambalpur clip and save, and then I go for the run command. Warning, the error source raster data process complete successfully. And now you see we have 2 files here. One is the Sambalpur file, that is the complete 2 tile, and another one is Sambalpur clip file. That is the file what I have just created. So if I get rid of this Sambalpur now, okay, sorry, this is the merged file. Okay, so I remove this because you can see that, okay, this is slightly dull. That means it is not saved, but the dark color indicates that file that is saved as a file. This is not saved. I just merged it and opened here only, and I'm going to get rid of this file. I don't want this file now. Okay, so Sambalpur clip file, I need to give a good color to this, which is now single pseudo color, linear, extra. These are the different options. If you give linear option, it will be linearly integrate. If you give the discrete option, then it will be break wherever there is a major break. So you can experiment with this when you practice it. Classify, and you have to keep remember, if you don't click on this classify, it will not do the process. So you have to keep remember that you click on classify, only then that the selection what you are given in the upper side will be applied. Then you go for apply, then you open close. Okay, so this is the regions file. Let us find out some other data. What the data? I'll go for 2 databases. One is the geological data, and another one is the river basin data. So there are 2 resources. First one is GSI, that is Geological Survey of India. So if you go to the Geological Survey of India portal, and from there you can download the geological map of our Indian subcontinent, entire Indian subcontinent. Not only geological map, there are many resources available, but we primarily use the geological map from this source. Okay, so there is a portal called Bhugosh. Okay, so click on the BhuGhosh portal. The same way you registered in the Google USGS Earth Engine, there is an option to register here, register as a new user. Because I am already a registered user, I am going to log in. The same process, this very simple process of registering. Go to the new user, give your email ID and mobile number, name, username and all other things, and go to the registration, and then you will get into the BhuGhosh window. So we are seeing number of resources, USGS Earth Explorer, and second one it is BhuGhosh. And here what map you need, because I am looking for geology and there is geomorphology also, and the entire India, I know that it is 2 million scale is available for downloading. For the 50,000 is still not available in the portal. So the 2 million geological data is available. So now we got that folder here, that option here. This is the geological map of India. Now I need to select which district I want. I want to go by Odisha. Go to Odisha. Then I want to go to the Sambalpur. To go to the Sambalpur. Then I want to search this. So it is showing me all the details available for Sambalpur, Odisha. There are basement depth map, basin tectonic maps. Many things are available for that region. And I am interested on geology and geomorphology. But right now I only download geology, 2 million geological map, and geomorphology map is also available. But right now I'll go for geomorphology. So go to the geology and go to add to download. So that map is already added to the download button. So it is also showing me which area it is going to download. It will be always in the square shape. And when you are downloaded here, there is an option to validate that, okay, if this is area what you are seeing are all correct or not, if that data is available or not, then you have to just click on validate, and then it is highlighting in green color that indicate this is validated. And now I need to agree the conditions. You have to read the terms and conditions. You cannot share this data with anybody. You have to acknowledge many things are there. So when you download, you go through the details and then agree, because I am doing it over many days. I know what it is written there. So I just agreed, and then I click on download. So the download is not direct. The link will go to your email ID. Okay. So I have registered with PaleoHer ID. So it will be going to the PaleoHer Gmail. So experience was excellent. Just submit. Let me see that the data has come or not. Okay, so I got the data at 8:30. BhuGhosh Geospatial Map Data Knowledge Package. Click here to download the package. That's valid for 7 days. You just need to click and download the data. Because I have already downloaded the data, I'm not going to download it again, but you can download it. Now I am going for one more resources. I'm going to download from there also. That is called the HydroShed database. So this is the one of the very important database for all type of hydrological data, like the rivers, the basins across the globe. Database is available. So go to the products, then you will see what are the products available. I haven't explored everything, but I know that there is a possibility to download the hydro basins, the hydro rivers. So it will give the shape files of the entire rivers. It will give the shape files of the entire basins, river basins, as the way what you see here. This kind of maps we'll get for the entire region. So process is very simple. If there is no login or something is required, only thing when you are using this data, you have to acknowledge the project in your publication. That's the only thing. There is no registration, nothing. Just click on the basin and it will give you the database available for the part. You can download it for any region, standard regions. So because we are in Asia, I can download the Asia and it will be saved to the computer. I'm not going to download it because I have already downloaded it here. So I'm not downloading it. Okay, so that basin process, I have downloaded two data now. One is geological map, another one is the basin map and the river. Same way I can download the river map also. So now go to the the map. Let me just first get into the basin. So basins, if you see, there are number of files, like 12 files are there. So what does this 12 file means? I'll tell you what this means. These 12 files are classified based on the size of the rivers. So it is country wise, it is state wise, or it is regional wise, major rivers, connected rivers, something like that. For example, if I click on the first river, this is the largest entire globe. So I don't want that here. So I'm removing it. And if I click on the second, that would be again country wise. Let me take into third one. So it divides the India into all major river basins cumulatively. So if I go to the next, then it will be again divided into small, and I go to this, it will be again dividing into small basins. So as higher you go, it is dividing the smaller and smaller river basins. Because if I take one example of Narmada river, it will have a number of tributaries, so it can go up to that tributary level. But as per my understanding, or what I am doing as of today, I'll remove all these layers. I am not interested on all that layers. I'll go to this 7th layer. Okay, so when I put this 7th layer, and then I'm going to keep my Sambalpur to the top, move to top. Okay, so look at this river basin where we are standing, where we are having. So we have number of rivers here. So let me just see with the 6th river basin. So again, we can take this one river from here and save it as a different folder, and then you can consider that area for your study region, because we have already cropped this with Sambalpur. So I don't want to go again doing the same process, but if you want, you can do that. Okay, so if you want, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that here because I have already done that based on this. So I'm getting rid of this basin right now because I don't want this basin at this moment. If you keep so much of things in this data, then you will be in trouble. So I'm getting rid of all that, but I'm going to get some data that is the river. So the same way the way I downloaded the basin, I have also downloaded the river data. Fine. So same file, same way. This is maybe from another source. I don't remember exactly, but it's from another paper. They have calculated the entire river basins, and they have given 4 Asian rivers. Now this is the entire Indian rivers. I don't want that all. So I need to get rid of the things which is outside my study area. What's to be done? Because now this is a vector file. I need to get rid of it using the vector clipping format. For that, I go to the vector geoprocessing tool, then go to the clip. Okay, then the site. So new input layer, what it is, that is the rivers overlying Sambalpur, and I want to save the file. So save to file, Paleo School river, save, then run. Okay, so that again created a small. I'll now get rid of this. Remove layer. Okay, so now you see, I can see all the rivers here, but the color of the rivers are not very beautiful. So I need to change the color. Click on this, and then go to the color, and give white shade. Apply. Okay. So we can see this, and if you see this rivers, these rivers are even classified based on its order. Okay, so open attribute table, you can see that the orders are also given. So the length, width, and many parameters are given. So depending upon your conditions, you can classify them into different categories, bigger rivers, smaller rivers. That things can be done. I'm not going into that details at this moment because that may confuse you more. So when we do it in detail, we'll get into that details. But at this moment, we can have the geology also. But I don't think that I will take the geology at this moment because that's the process is same. If you open the geological map, it will come here. So we downloaded geology, same, drag and drop here. I'll just show you downloading the geology here. So this is the geology of entire Orissa. I need to clip it, and then I need to go for the symbology, and I need to give the simple into categorized based on the parameter that is index. I know these tables, that is why I'm selecting index, but otherwise if you don't know, don't know, then you need to find out what indexes are there. So then this is the geological map. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this geological map at this moment. We wanted to plot the points. For that, what I'm having is, I have this data. Within this data, I'm having some XYZ points. What is this XYZ? This one is in the Excel format, another one is in the CSV format, comma separated value file. So if you open it and see the CSV format, I have randomly selected few areas, 10 locations near the Sambalpur city, and there is latitude and longitude. Okay, so I want to plot this into the map. So how to do that? Go to the layer, add layer. There is an option, add delimited text layer. So this is the format for text file in the Excel format in CSV format. That is very important, CSV format. So just select this, and it is going to ask me the file source. Where is it? It is in the XYZ. This is the Odisha XYZ. Open. Now format is correct, CSV. It is asking me X field, longitude, Y field, latitude, and it automatically taken here correctly, because longitude, it has some sense. If you are writing long lat, then it automatically selects the files, but not always, so I have to make sure. And the projection is also ready. Just click add and then close. Okay, wonderful. This points is now here in the point. So as of now, if you click on this and see the properties, this is a point data format. So this is a text delineated format. So if I want to do some changes on these colors and all modifications, then I have to right click on this, then I have to export, save feature as ISRI shapefile. Then I'll give the name value school, then randomly XYZ. Okay, save. Okay, so that saved the data. Now I'll get rid of this thing. This is not important at this moment. Remove that. Then go to this, right click, and then you go for the symbology, or you go for the label. There is no label given now. Let us go for the single label. It will ask you what label you want. So we want the point of interest. That was the Excel file. I was latitude, longitude, point of interest, and latitude, longitude. So point of interest was the name of the location. Select that and apply. Okay, so that is also coming here now. Okay, so this database is ready. Now this is my project window, so I just need to save it. But now I need to get this data into a printable format for my publication or my thesis or my project or something. So I need to prepare it into a different process, a different page. So that we call it as the print layout. So I need to open a print layout. I'm giving its name print. So it opens a new page. Okay, so this is how my page is. Right click on this, page setups, identify the size, A4, A3, whatever size you want, but right now it is A4, that's fine. Then you go to add items. It will ask me what item you want to add. I'm going to add my map, add map. Then you click and drag, so that map will come here. So this is the map. And now if you want to increase the size of the map, select this move item content menu, press Ctrl and zoom, and you can make. So when you are getting into this window, then you go down on this part. There is an option for grid, and then you go for grid, add grid, then modify. You need to do some trial and error here, which grid size is coming here, because I know the grid size at this moment. So I'll go for 40. Okay, so grid is also there. Then you go for the grid marks, draw coordinates. So coordinates are also given. Then these coordinates I'd want somewhere in the horizontal and vertical. So I can modify all these things. There are so many things here. Top is fine, right should be vertical, different formats there. And the the appearance solid line. Okay, let it be solid. And then the style, I can just change it into a much lighter color. Can make it lighter so that, okay, all cosmetic things you can explore from here. But now the grid is ready. Now grid is over. Then let me just close this. Now I can, because there is a boundary is not there, I can add all these items. There are many things. You can go for add shape, a rectangle. So let me just add a rectangle here, keeping it here. Okay. Now add item, that is a scale bar. I need a scale bar. As we said, just select it here. So this will automatically select the scale bar 20 kilometers. So we can change the things also from here in unit, meters, yard, many things we can do, many cosmetic things. And then add another item. These are the main items. North arrow is also needed here. So there are different varieties of north arrow. Let me go for the simplest one at this moment. Then add item. There is an option for legend also. So legend, let me take it here. Now this map is ready. Now go to the layout, export as image, value scale. Let me take it into the PG format. Then save. The 300 dpi and page width is okay. 300 dpi is good. Okay, that's exported. Go to the Paleo school. Okay, so the map is ready. With the map, we can do work on the cosmetics things later on. That's the end of presentation from my side.